Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, hello. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. Hey, how you doing? I know a lot of you are almost as excited as I am because we are here to talk about Miss Universe Philippines. They have revealed the contestants, and there are some pre-pageant activities that have gone down. We are here to talk about their newest little runway challenge, and I do have my top 10 favorites. Let's talk about just how they've done this in general. The girls were able, I guess, to submit their own solo videos showing off their walk, okay? For those of us who are like Instagram savvy, this is like a flex flaunt video that we see all the time. The girls were really given the opportunity to show off. Like, this was your opportunity moment to really show your stuff. Some people got caught slipping. We're not gonna lie about that. In this opportunity that the Miss Universe Philippines organization gave these girls, because it's going to be pre-recorded, you have the option to retape, refilm, redo your performance. Therefore, this honestly should have been the best of the best you could possibly give, because you weren't in front of an audience of 10,000 people. You had the opportunity to redo any mistakes. You had the opportunity to see the video, edit some things, cut some things out, redo certain poses or postures or walks or whatnot. You had the opportunity to really present your best self here. Some people did not take that opportunity to do so. There was some weird things that happened during this video. Number one, thank you, Miss Universe Philippines, for giving us pre-pageant activities. People always wonder why I talk about the Philippines so much, is because they give me everything that I ask for. They give me glorious pageant queens. They give me well-trained walks, like orchestrated, like performances, like everything's just great. They give me consistency, consistent, good placing competitors, and I love them for it. Thank you. It's like bringing a kid candy. How am I gonna be mad at the Philippines for bringing me my favorite candy constantly? Like, I'm not. Some of y'all need to get over it. But as I watched some of these performances, there were some questionable choices that were made through some of these videos. Obviously, not everybody had a team behind them or the best editor. I can tell that some people had some really top of the line, wonderful editors. Please give me a call. Like, how much do you cost? Because honestly, I would put out videos every day if I didn't have to edit them myself. But some of the editing done in these videos was phenomenal. And I think the editors deserve a little bit of applause for the work that they did. But besides some of the quality issues that I saw in some of the videos, some of the performance choices were questionable. The use of slow-mo in the videos can be very eye-catching, but you do not use slow-mo to capture an imperfect turn or an awkward smile or, God forbid, some unstraight knees, which I did see. Hush now. Don't step on this video, computer. I saw some slow-mo utilized that was only highlighting poor aspects of the performance. Like, yes, you want to show this epic, slow-mo video of this girl walking, whatever runway she's walking. But in the slow-mo, you're giving the audience more of an opportunity to dissect her performance. So that slow-mo really should be perfect. If you're going to slow down a woman with, a bad walk or non-straight knees, you're making it easier for us to see that. And it's very unflattering. So there were just some choices. There were some choices made that shouldn't have been made. Now, of course, there were a few women that caught my eye that didn't necessarily make my top 10 that may surge up in the list later, because obviously we're only watching pre-pageant activities and these videos were pre-recorded. So the girls did have an opportunity to rework them, redo them, rehearse them, practice them, and edit them. So things will change come competition time, but I do want to talk about some of the girls that did catch my eye. I have Cebu City here, and I say that she does have potential, but sis, you got to change your face. She is not the only one that did that. A lot of the girls were, in their video, they were trying to give fierce face, which is nice, but you're still a pageant queen. And the video is about you. We should be captivated by you. And a lot of these facial expressions were boring simply because you did not change them. Based on the training that I'm seeing from some of these queens, I know that they're capable of more. It's just in this instance, they didn't give it to us because they were just trying to be focused on being fierce, which, babe, you could be fierce and still give us different faces, okay? Ask Manila. She did it. Sis was doing it. She slayed. I believe it's Pasig City, the drama queen that I have marked down here, because she was bringing drama. She was one of those women that was trying to bring fierce, which she did. She definitely brought fierce. The outfit was to die for, slay, cinematography. Like, some of y'all editors are really, really good. Pasig was another girl who didn't necessarily change her face at all. But she does strike me as a woman that has potential, though I saw some slow-mo captures on those legs and those knees weren't straight. I'm just saying. This is why I say the placement of the slow-mo better be perfectly timed. Otherwise, you're just giving me an extended look at your flaws, and those knees were not entirely straight. But she's one that does strike me as someone that potentially does have potential. Kavite was another woman that caught my eye, and I thought that I would have her further up the list until rewatching her video, and she did not have a lot of change of face either. She did have a bit more fluctuation than some of the other girls who were just fierce facing it the whole time, but when she did change her face, it seemed forced. Like, it seemed like she was prepared to do it. It seemed trained, and you guys know how I feel about that. I've definitely said that many times before. Her cinematographer and the staging for that was phenomenal, outstanding. And honestly, I think it bumped up her performance, because I think that if I was not as meticulous as I was, and I was just a standard, pageant fan that comes and goes and isn't like super in depth, I would have overlooked the actual flaws within the performance and just been mesmerized by it. But because I'm me, she did not come off as natural and sincere as like my top 3 competitors on the list. There was another girl who currently I'm not remembering the city that she came from, but I'll throw her up on the screen, who had this Met Gala type of outfit. Like, it was totally out there queen-like outfit, which I am not hating on. By all means, girl, that outfit was to die for. But if you're gonna go for an outfit that's really giving me like I am that bad B Cruella de Vil type come at me, outfit, the staging has to be appropriate, because though the setting was beautiful, it looks like she's walking through this daytime, like, beautiful park garden. It looks like she's going to her 5-year-old nephew's birthday party, overdressed. And that was distracting in the video, because had she been walking through like the streets of Paris at sunset, that would have been one thing. But it really just seemed like this overdressed woman was strolling through the park being fierce, and it wasn't placed properly. So that, to me, that I felt like that was just super distracting, because I'm just like, you are completely overdressed for the setting that you were in. This is like a Met Gala nighttime outfit, and she's out in the park where she should be wearing a sundress. Like, I was thrown by that. But I do like the attempt that was put in there. And this is one woman that I was like, she's exuding a lot of confidence. So it's very possible that once we see them live, once we see them, in front of an audience, that this girl may come from behind and pop up on a top 10 list. So I just wanted to throw that out there. She's a potential threat too. But overall, I think we have a great batch of competitors, and I know everyone's probably anxious to see who are your favorite 10 women out of this segment of pre-pageant activities. Let's see. We're gonna stop it right here, because I do want to talk about the top 5 girls. I do want to talk about the top 5. I'm not gonna do all 10 because I don't want this video to be extremely long, and y'all know I can talk. So we're gonna do top 5. And at number 5, I have a returning competitor from last year, Aklan. She's a bit updated, a bit more mature, a bit more ready for competition. I like this. She got a little haircut, and everybody knows what happens when girls cut their hair. I mean, sis was given, I'm fresh out of a breakup and I'm ready to slay. Aklan has come back with a lot more maturity than we saw from her last year. She's much more feisty and much more lively, which I'm very happy to see. Now, she was pretty high up on my list last year, but she's definitely developed in this 365 days, a little bit over that she's been away. I think that the girls that are higher than her right now, in my mind, on my list, have a little bit more charm and charisma. But this is a pre-pageant activity, So a lot of these girls are probably going to falter when it comes to live competition when they are put on the spot. And I'm sure everybody doesn't have the most groundbreaking speaking ability of sorts. I'm sure not everybody is going to be completely gifted with words. So this is pre-pageant. The list will definitely be shaken up. But as an experienced competitor who has come back so developed, so much further along than she was last year, I expect that this level of development that she's presented in this video will carry on to her speaking ability. So she is a viable threat for the Miss Universe Philippines crown. My number 4 is Taguig, and she was one of the first videos that I watched, and she was the first person I put on the list, and I put her up at like number 1. Like, her name is in bold. She was the girl to beat. She was the first woman that I was just like, well, damn, now we have a contender. She's the first one that I saw, but she is number 4 on the list. So clearly I saw some other women, but this woman is sassy, sexy, and beautiful. She is obviously very trained, but she's fun to watch. It's very important to be a captivating woman. That's part of what a pageant is to captivate your audience and your judging panel. And the first few seconds of me watching this woman, I threw her on my list because she captivated me. She is very fun to watch. I do not know what her speaking ability is like, but I can see that she is trained. And it would be hard for me to believe that a woman that is as trained as she is has not also been thoroughly trained in speaking. I find that very, like, how could you leave that out? It's the Philippines. They wouldn't do that to me. You guys wouldn't do that to me. Okay, so Taguig, number 4. My number 3, believe it or not, I'm doing this totally by memory because I know like their performances are seared into my brain at this point. I don't know if I should be admitting that or not. Gosh, I'm so meticulous. Anyways, my number 3 is Cebu province. And I know because those of you who follow me on Instagram, which you should be following me on Instagram. Okay, you should be following me on Instagram. Those of you who follow me on Instagram got a little bit of some tidbit hints while I was watching the video and like seeing the girls for the first time. I posted about one of them. One of you sent me a DM, because I do read your DMs, about Cebu province. She is amazing. And she originally was my number 2, but I think that I and a lot of you are probably just captivated by her presentation to begin with. The video quality of her performance, of her video, is outstanding. The artistic expression there, like this girl is strutting across like an abandoned bridge overlooking the city. Stunning cinematography, editor. Whoever did the video, the creative artistic decisions here, all of that was phenomenal. And I think Roscoe, we're friends and everything, but boy, you better calm down. You better calm down. Sorry. My neighbors have Harleys. Some of you guys know that from the family channel. They're out there doing what they do. As I was saying, I think that I initially was very captivated just by the amount of slay in this video. The girl's body is sickening. That ponytail was whipping in the wind and her eyes were completely connected to the camera, which is outstanding. I mean, it's a very, very stunning video. But after rewatching the video and focusing on her face, she wasn't giving me as much face as other women did and were on my list. Obviously, the girl can walk. Obviously, she's great, but she wasn't serving as much face as the few women that are above her. However, obviously, she's very good. I mean, very, very good. The amount of confidence on that girl is just leaking through her pores. Like, that's what makes her skin glow. She's damn good and is definitely in the fight for the crown. My number 2, I actually had to move up because she was number 3 and I was just like, no. She's my number 2. My number 2 is Manila. Now, my top 2 girls, the reason they're top 2 is not only because they're trained. It's not only is because they serve face and they're beautiful. The reason they're top 2 is because they do it effortlessly. It's because they make it look easy. It's because they don't really look like they're trying too hard to do what they do. Manila looked like she does this every day. Like, she's like, I'm like this every day. I'm gorgeous every day. I'm stunning and flawless every day. Have you met me? Like, why are you're just now seeing this? Well, welcome. Like, Manila, it didn't seem like she was trying. She seemed totally comfortable, completely happy. She seemed friendly. Not only was she beautiful and she slayed, but she was relatable. She was serving many different faces. She was giving emotion. Her video drew me in. I wanted to watch her. I was very intrigued. And her facial expressions is why I had to move her up above other women, is because other women, they were so focused on the slay aspect. They were so focused on giving top model that they forgot that they are a pageant queen. You're still supposed to give us emotion. You're still supposed to give us face. I get what they were going for, because as a runway model, your job is to showcase clothing. Therefore, you are not going to be drawing attention to your face. You keep one expression because the audience's attention is not supposed to be on your face. It's supposed to be on the clothing. But in a runway challenge in which you are showcasing yourself, you should be the focal point. So not having any expression or emotion or drawing the audience to your face is a massive mistake that Manila and my number one competitor did not make. They drew the audience to their face. They gave us facial expressions, smiles, emotions, changes that are happening all up here on top of the cinematography is amazing. I swear, some of these editors, y'all are like phenomenal. Okay, call me. How much do you charge? I would love some help over here doing this. I adore looking at Manila. She's so beautiful. She can look. We all know we have those women that just captivate us and they're just so Barbie-like and just, oh, you guys remember. Okay, mine from last year was Rambalon, which is another reason I don't follow pageant queens, because I tend to get attached. It was very difficult for me to stomach seeing another woman labeled as Rambalon. So I had to, it was a struggle for me. I get very attached to the girls. I try not to. So if some of you are like, oh my God, you don't follow this pageant queen, it's because I'm trying not to get attached. That was total segue. But either way, Manila's beautiful, and she might be my little Barbie this season for Miss Universe Philippines, because she is so much fun to look at. But I love her smile. Her smile is so genuine. It came off as so genuine, and I love that. When people are like, what does relatable mean? What do you mean when you say relatable? When I say relatable, I mean it's genuine. It doesn't seem forced. It seems like it's sincere. I'm talking about sincerity, and everything about Manila's performance felt very sincere, like she wasn't trying, like she truly was having fun, like she meant it. And it was so much fun to watch. Thank you, Manila. And my number one girl. Those of you who follow me on Instagram are well aware. I wasn't sure she was going to be my number one. I just posted that on Instagram. The moment I saw her, I was like, love. Like, this girl is to die for. My number one girl. Number one. Laguna. Look, I am not ashamed to admit I have rewatched that video. Not even just to study it, just for the fun of it. Cinematography was on point. Whoever did your video, sis, did you well. First of all, let's just break down the glory that is this video. I know it so well I don't have to rewatch any of these videos. It is seared into my brain. She's in this like indoor magical garden with this gigantic fountain. Beautiful setting. Outfit is to die for. It is not too flashy to where it overpowers her, but it adds just the amount of romance and sex appeal to her performance. But like I said, doesn't overshadow her. Your entire time spent consuming this video, it's only 1 minute, and it should be longer because this girl deserved it to be longer. This video felt like a commercial. And beyond that, beyond just the quality and how well this video was put together, this felt like a commercial featuring Miss Universe Philippines. This woman does not come off as a competitor at all. She does not come off as if she's competing for the title. When I watched this video, I was like, oh, that's Miss Universe Philippines. She is competing as if she's already on her way to international competition. How many times have you guys heard me tell girls or say that about competitors, to where when I'm seeing you on a national stage, you should be competing to prove to the judges that you belong on the international stage. When you show up at nationals, you should be competing at an international level already, so that you are showing people in the audience that that's where you belong. And that is what Laguna brought during this video. This entire video, I was just like, this is a Miss Universe Philippines. If someone told me this is Miss Universe Philippines, I wouldn't question it. This is a woman I would say finalist immediately in Miss Universe. Immediately. Once again, her presentation in this video seemed effortless. She was completely at home. It didn't seem like she was overtrained. It didn't seem like it was forced. It didn't seem like she was trying too hard. It seemed like she was comfortable. She knew what she was doing, and she was even playing and flirting with and manipulating the audience's emotions while she did it. I felt thoroughly captivated and manipulated. Thank you very much. She gave us an extended look at her walk, which a lot of girls did not do. A lot of these videos were edited so much to the point where we couldn't even see them walk. The purpose of this runway video challenge is for us to see you walk. It's to see you on a runway. So though those edits are good to add an aesthetic, add a feel, add some flair and flavor, there should have been at least a straight 5 seconds of the audience just being able to watch you walk, which we didn't get from a lot of the girls. This girl gave it to us twice. Twice. But at the same time, she was able to, or the cinematographer was able to showcase her faces, which are phenomenal, effortless, easygoing, a little flirtatious, happy. She gave us different versions and variations of her emotions. And then the ending. I love the ending. I love the ending. And once again, whoever edited this, you are flawless, because I caught that little like shrug and it was perfectly in time with the music. Beautiful. It was commercial quality. Like it seemed like they were advertising the next season of Miss Universe Philippines, and she was the reigning Miss Universe Philippines, the outgoing queen. That's what I got from this. I got outgoing queen, like she's already the queen. That's what I got from this. That's what I already got. And the rest of y'all should be shaking in your boots. If I was a competitor, I would be so mad. I would be so mad. Like, God damn, she's good. Like, she's so good. She's glorious, because I'm not going to hate on a girl, but man, why are you that good? I'm so happy I'm not a competitor, but I know some of y'all are mad. This woman is competing on an international level already. A finalist capable international competitor is what this woman is. And I'm letting the girls know right now, the few of you that may be a part of the court secretly lurking around, somebody better drop a billionaire boyfriend on this girl immediately. If you have a billionaire in your back pocket, get her hooked up and married. Find a way to make her ineligible for this competition, because she is about to cause so many problems for all of you. I can't with this woman. I rewatched that video so many times last night. It's ridiculous. It's so much fun to watch. Okay, I'll stop now. I'll stop. It's so much fun to like rant and rave about these glorious queens. Let me know in the comment section, who's your faves? Tell me who your faves are. And you guys know I do not reside in the Philippines, so I don't know who like the hometown country favorites are that everybody's ranting and raving about over there. So let me know what the rest of the country is saying, if I'm in agreement or if I have suddenly thrust someone who was overlooked into the spotlight. I'm happy to do so, but just let me know who are the country faves, who are your personal faves. I want to hear from you. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed your time. I would love to see you again. And you know I'll be back. I'm always back. We're coming through with the Miss Universe Philippines stuff. Miss Supranational. A lot of you guys have asked me about that. I likely will do a reaction video to it. Yay, more pageant queens, right? The more the merrier. I love you. I'll miss you, but you know I will be back in a future video. Bye.